Alright, this is a video for the FCCLA chicken fabrication. As you can see, I got everything labeled. So you're going to be doing a boneless, skinless breast. Then you're also going to do a skin-on airline breast with the wing bone Frenched. Then you're going to do 2 tenderloins from the breast, 1 wing with the tip. You're going to do the thigh and deboned. You're going to do 1 drumstick and then 1 leg quarter. You also want to have a chef's knife, as you can see here, your boning knife as well. And then you also want to have your pan, a perforated pan you'll have. You want to make sure you have ice so you can keep everything nice and cold. You also need your paring knife as well. The paring knife will more than likely be to take out the tendon in the tenderloin. Okay, so then of course you'll need your gloves. Again, you'll need that half perforated pan to kind of keep your juices from going down on the half sheet, on the half pan. And then of course you'll have a small compost, which you'll have there, plastic wrap just to kind of keep things covered, and then a sheet pan, and then a Sharpie and a pen so you can label. Here's a little trick that you guys could do. You're going to take a half sheet pan with you. Okay, then you're going to put a cutting board in it, and what this does, it'll help from juices from going on your prep table. So any juices that you have will be trapped in here. So this is a way that the judges might score you a little higher if you're the only one that's doing it. You also want to make sure that you have the pan anchored, okay, with the damp towel. So let me get that. Okay, so you'll get to your pan, you've got your damp towel. This will keep your sheet pan in place. You'll also want to get another towel and damp. Get that other towel that's damped. Place your cutting board in here. This is going to keep it nice and secure. It'll keep your chicken juices from flowing onto the prep station. So that will work perfectly well for you guys. Here's your chicken. So again, you're going to get it from the, they're basically going to have you grab your chicken from the station. It'll all be iced down for you. You'll make sure you have your own ice or your Ziploc bags. You'll get some ice from there, and you'll want to keep your chicken basically cold at all times. First thing you want to do, and again, you see we have it all set up right here. Any juices will not go onto your prep surface. You're going to bring some towels. Make sure you dry it up really well. Okay, underneath you got your gloves on. Just make sure it's nice and dry. Put this in your garbage station. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is your boneless, skinless breast. Okay, so again, what we're just going to do is we're going to run, and again, we're going to use our boning knife for this. Okay, so we're going to run our knife along this breast line, this breastbone or the kill bone. And we're just going to basically cut through the bone here, and we'll actually get our wing with our tip on this one at the same time. The other side, we'll be able to get our other wing, and then we'll also be able to French this side. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll do our boneless, skinless breast. So again, if you look here, you just run your knife, and again, make sure your knife is super sharp. Boning knife against that kill bone, and as you right here, it kind of goes this way. This is your wishbone. So you're going to go down, you're going to find that bone, and then you're going to go at an angle, as you can see there. Okay, then you're going to find that joint to separate the wing. Okay, kind of move your knife around, and you'll find it. It'll cut right through. Okay, then I'm going to run this along the edge here, just gently taking off the skin. Take as much as the meat as you can off the bone, making sure you don't cut through the tenderloin. The tenderloin is going to be reused or a part of your cutting. Okay, then I'm going to run the knife right along here. And we all now have the, as you can see, this is it. Now they want it skinless, so we're going to remove the skin. Okay, we'll put this in our scrap bowl or wherever they ask us to put it. Okay, they may even ask us to put it right into our little meat area. So as you can see here, I've got the tenderloin here. We've got the breast, boneless and skinless. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove the tenderloin, keeping it intact. And underneath it, you're going to see a little tendon. They may ask you to remove it. If they don't remove it, but I'm going to show you how to remove it. Okay? What you're going to do is you're going to place, and again, I have the half pan with the ice. I'm setting it in there to keep it cold while I'm fabricating. Okay? So I will set this aside for now, and we'll work on the tenderloin. So the tenderloin, if they should, all you're going to do is you're going to grab a towel. Again, yours will probably be a little bit larger than this one. You're going to run your knife along that little tenderloin, and then you're going to grab your towel and you're going to remove it. Use your knife though, you don't want to take up too much meat. And here's that tendon from the tenderloin. Okay, and we're keeping it intact. So we're going to ice that down. And at the same time, okay, we're going to bring this back. We're going to take off our wing. Okay, so here's our wing portion. Okay, this is going to be our wing with the tip. We'll keep that on ice. And again, I'm keeping this all on ice, as you can see. Okay, it's asking for a drumstick. So we're just going to work on this side for now. So I'm going to go ahead and again, if you look here on this, you see it's kind of white and it's a little dark, a little bit lighter here. This is basically where that joint is, right in this little area here. So what you'll do is you'll run your knife and feel for the bone with your finger, just like that, and then you're going to place it right there, and you're going to run that knife through it. Okay. And there you go. You got your leg. And again, we're going to go ahead and keep this on ice. Okay, then we're going to do our thigh that we're going to debone. And now what you want to do on the thigh, if you run your thumb through that joint, you'll cut through that joint and you should have an easy cut through it. So you're just going to put your thumb, make sure that bone is sticking out. You'll see it, you'll feel it. You're going to put your knife right through it and you're going to cut right through it. Okay, this is thigh deboned. I'm not sure if it's skin off or skin on, so we're going to leave it skin on. It does. Okay, so again, here's the thigh. Basically, all you're going to do is just basically run the knife along the bone, scraping, just like that. Make sure you scrape it as much as, or all the meat as you can, just like that. And then you'll go around the knuckle and be very careful. Just kind of twist as you're going and you will have the bone removed. And again, check it to see If you need to take off some skin, which we will. And then we'll put this into the thigh to bone. We've already got one tenderloin. Remember, we're going to need another tenderloin. The next one we're going to do now, since we've got this side, we're going to go ahead and French the breast. Okay, but here what we're going to do is we're going to do one drumstick. So we're going to remove, now remember, well actually let me do the breast first so I don't confuse you. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. Run my knife through. There's your little bone there. Just kind of get as close as you can without leaving too much meat on it. Here's your wishbone here. So you're going to run that knife through there. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Again, you got to keep this bone intact. So you're going to not remove this bone. You're going to cut this wing portion off. Okay, don't cut through that bone or else you've already messed up on it. So go ahead and cut off your wing. We've got the wing there. Now we're going to continue cutting. Right through the bone. And then work your chicken out, as you can see. Okay. So this is going to be skin on. This is your skin on breast with the tender. As you can see, the tender is here. Okay. We'll set this aside. We'll remove the tender. Again, you could use various knives. If you use your chef's knife, you can do it to cut off some of the bones off that, but you should be able to do it with the bony knife. The paring knife also can be used to remove that tender as well. So again, I'm going to go ahead and remove the tender. As you can see here, this is the tender here. And then, if you have that little tendon, you can run that knife through it. I want you to see, this is really small. And more than likely you won't, but if you do, just take a little bit off. Grab your towel and remove, but use the knife because it'll tear off the meat. So again, use your knife, just like so. And there you go, we got that little tendon there. So you can see we have the tenderloin, keeping it on ice. Okay, now we're going to French. And again, you might want to cut around any extra skin, make it look nice and pretty. Excess skin, kind of make it look nice. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to French it, and what we mean by French, we're just going to cut around the bone, just like this. That's all you're going to do, cut around it. And then you're going to take off the meat. Make sure it looks nice and pretty. Take off all of the meat, make it nice and clean. Cut any excess little meat off. And we have a Frenched airline chicken breast. Make sure it looks nice and pretty. Any excess skin, remove. Make sure it looks nice and clean. And here we go. We got our Frenched chicken breast. And again, we'll put that in our ice. Okay, our next one is going to be the leg quarter. So this is our final piece. The leg quarter consists of the leg and the thigh. Again, with your thumb, you'll find the bone. You're going to, again, I'm going to show you. I'm using my thumb here. It comes right out. So you just want to use your knife to cut right through it, just like that. Now, this is going to be all extra. This is stuff that they're going to look at to see how much meat you left on, etc., etc. You'll have that on ice. I'm sure they'll have you put it somewhere. They'll probably have you for sure use it for stock, but then they're going to see how much meat you left on it. Okay, so this is going to be the leg quarter. Again, make it nice and clean. Cut through it. Make sure the skin looks presentable. Okay, and here's your leg quarter. Oh. Okay, and then you're going to place your chicken into the appropriate. So you got your airline chicken breast Frenched. You'll place that in. Of course, you'll probably have a larger parchment paper. Here's going to be your skinless, boneless breast of chicken. Okay, I'm going to put this on this side. Okay, your 2 tenderloins. Your wing with the tip. Here's your wing with the tip. If you want to kind of fold it over for the judges, you may, or you may leave it whole. Okay, there's your wing with the tip. Here's your, and then your leg quartered. Okay, there you go. And then again, as you're finishing this, you'll probably have to keep these things on ice. You'll probably have to raise your hand when you're done so the judges can check on your cuts. Good luck.